Pretty exciting.
As I mentioned, I hate grout. Gunk in there.
You don't like grout?
I hate grout. Busy dog. We're going for a ride? We're going. Function over fashion today. It's 22 degrees outside. And it's cold. So I've got my ears covered and I'm all bundled up. But I don't care because it's functional. We're headed to the steel welding place to pick up some stainless steel. I hate tile. Tile is really, really hard to clean. It's hard to roll things out on if you're doing any pastry or tortillas or any baking where you're trying to roll stuff out. You can't get it flat. Flour gets in between the grout and the cracks and everything. And I just hate to think about all the bacteria that is living in the grout and all that. It is a beautiful day, actually. It's starting to warm up. So we're at the steel place. Brian's gonna put the trailer a little closer to the roll-up door. So we're at the welding shop. Brian is out there talking to the guy who owns the shop. He's kind of Brian describes him as a little bit hard of hearing, so he didn't think he'd be keen to be on camera. So anyway, he is out there describing to him the project, which involves just doing a little bit of like a pilot hole in each corner and then putting them on the press brake to do some bends. Was that unsuccessful?
Oh, it was partially successful. They're not open today or tomorrow.
Okay.
But I can bring it back Monday.
Okay.
I said, do you want me to notch the corners and drill a little relief hole? He said, don't do anything.
Don't touch my project.
Yeah, don't do anything. And he said so the 18 gauge is a little bit thin, but so if you're like pounding, if you're making pizza dough or something like that and really pounding on it, you can dent it up. But yeah, he said they can bend it and notch it and bend it and weld it up if we need and all that. So
awesome.
One-stop shop.
Great.
That'll be that.
Okay.
So we called and they said it's ready. Just gotta go pick it up. And it just so happens to be snowy and storming outside. So I've got to remove the iconic blender. I've got to take that out. I'm going to remove the electrical plug that's in the middle of the island here and install it down here on the edge.
Sourdough day. So I had to feed Sally this morning. Sally is my starter's name. Right, I put it in the oven just with the light on to keep it warm because it's snowing here today. And this band right here is where I put it in a couple hours ago. So it has doubled in size, which means that it is fed and active and ready to be taken out. So Sally's alive after vacation. Yay.
And after I cooked it in the oven.
Yeah, Brian almost killed Sally.
So I'm just gonna mark this, cut a hole, put the box in. If you're not familiar, there are a couple different types of boxes you can get. This one is a retrofit. So it's got these little wings on it that you cut the hole in your wall or cabinet, you put the box in, then those wings open up and you tighten it up and it secures it. So that's the one you want to get, the retrofit. Locking is going to let it.
Where you stick your tongue out and try really hard?
Always trying to make 10 pounds fit in 5 pounds.
So the plussy thing goes to the plussy and the minus thing goes to the
Slashy thing, yeah.
thing.
Are you sure the battery's in right? The plus goes with the plus thing and the little slash goes with the other not plus.
Everything electrical I learned from Ron Stoppable.
Now we got some live wires.
Let's put them together and see what happens.
Oh, I know what happens.
You've done it once or twice?
Well, it's only 120, but still. Back in the day, if your hook is going the wrong way, when you turn the screw in, it pushes the hook off of the post. So the hook's got to be going the correct direction. These are all still live, so, you know, live wire, that was an easy. By not turning the breaker off, I'm creating more hassle than it's worth. This is not a how-to, this is a how we do.
That's right.
You want to do what we call the one-hand rule. The one-hand rule is if you're only using one hand and you get shocked, it might pass through your fingers, but it's not going to pass through your chest and your heart. If you're touching things with two hands and you hot on one side, ground on the other, it passes right through your chest, and that's what causes problems. So, you know, getting zapped with one hand, you might get a little bit, a little bit of that. But
What did you used to do for a living, Brian?
I used to play with chickens for a living.
Before that?
Back in the day, I worked in the cabinet. I was a custodian.
No, after that.
I did a little of this and a little of that.
A little of this and a little of that high voltage stuff.
High voltage. Oh, I had a contractor license. I had a video production company.
Brian was had the contract for Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works stores and maintenance. Yeah, so he would go in and do touch-up paint and hinge repair and.
I was the, what did you call it? The
Angel of the month?
Angel of the month. Not really, but it was.
It was an honorary. It was an honorary title.
One time, they asked me to hang the Christmas decorations, which had an abundance of glitter on them, and I made the gal write me a note from my wife to explain why I came home with glitter all over me.
Which really was unnecessary, because I don't worry about you and glitter, honestly.
Yeah, glitter is not usually an occupational hazard. The company I subcontracted for had a retention rate of 1 in 25. That blew my mind. They would hire 25 contractors, and over some defined period of time, only end up with one. Because the guys could not leave the girls alone. Just mind-boggling. Shout out to my favorite Victoria's Secret girl. That sounds really weird, doesn't it?
She knows who she is.
She knows who she is.
That looks beautiful. And it's even got the little child safety things in there, since it's down low. You know, if we have any littles over, they won't accidentally stick their fingers in there. The dog likes to chase the snowblower, the plow, the tractor, the chains, all the stuff, but she hates the vacuum. Hates it.
So here's a little example.
This little machine right here will send the dog outside for half an hour. All right. Oh, I can test my plug too. It works.
All right, so snow country tip. don't leave your ice scraper snow shovel in the car, because you won't be able to get it out of the car sometimes.
We're going to vote. We're going a day early because early voting is open in Alaska. And it is sunny today and not snowing. It's been snowing for the last couple of days. Brian's been a snow blowing fool. And Brian has to go down to Homer tomorrow to pick up some hill coal piles for the deck. And we want to make sure that nothing happens that will prevent us from voting tomorrow. So we're going to drive down to the voting station today and cast our ballots. That was kind of a madhouse, actually. It's a day before voting here in Alaska. There was, when we walked in, they said it was over an hour long wait. And
so it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday before Election Day. So this is the deadline for early voting in Alaska. And I know every state's different, but that's what it is here. And so we walked in, there was an hour-long wait, but we happened to request absentee ballots because we didn't know if we'd be home. We didn't know if there'd be a storm. We didn't, like, you never know, so we requested them. We brought them with us, and turns out that you can drop off your absentee ballots here at the early voting place. So instead of waiting for an hour, we decided to just fill out our absentee ballots and drop them in the box. So we don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. We don't know what our schedules are going to be like tomorrow.
If there'll be a national power outage.
Or who knows? Who knows what'll happen tomorrow? And if the wait was an hour today, who knows what it's going to be tomorrow? So so we just dropped our votes in the box.
When you send in your mail-in ballot, it has to be signed by an authorized, authorized person?
Yeah, authorized representative or
an
something.
Authorized if one is available. If one isn't available, then just somebody over 18.
We didn't hear the shredder when we put our ballots in. We didn't hear the shredder going. So I think we're good. You know, we try and shop local whenever possible because we really, 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 really want to support local businesses. But I gotta tell you, some of these local businesses sure make it hard. I don't know if it's just not that they don't have the supply or the knowledge or both, but I think this was 0 for 6 at this time that we've been in this particular shop.
And it's always, well, we can order it for you.
Yeah, we can order it. We can order it. We want, you know, and I know when you move to a remote place, everybody's gonna say, move to a remote place, what do you expect? But if you've got a specialty shop, like a fireplace shop, it seems like you should be able to talk about fireplaces and installing them and repairing them and upgrading them and that type of thing. So our motto is lower your expectations. And
I don't have to be the expert at everything. I honestly don't. I am more than happy to pay money for someone else to know more than I do about something. I desire that.
No. So here's the thing, we've known many Alaskans over the years, and we've always said, gosh, why do they have to be the ones who know everything? Well, this is why they have to be the ones who know everything, because the local folks that are supposed to be the experts are not the experts. Sometimes we've found some really, really good people, and they're great at what they do, like the bat guy.
The guy at the mattress store was good.
The mattress store was good.
And he had stuff on stock.
The guy who did our home inspection, he's a local guy. He's
good.
Been here a long time,
good.
and people rave about him.
If
He's
you look
just
back
amazing.
at our energy assessment videos,
Yep.
he was
really
great.
Really good. So I'm not putting down.
The heat and air guy was good.
Our HVAC guy is great. So I mean, I'm not putting down Alaskan tradesmen at all. I think that there are some really, really good ones, but I also think that if you're going to have a business that says, hey, I specialize in X, Y, or Z, then you should specialize in X, Y, or Z. And I'm doing a lot of the talking today because Brian's got a cold.
The results of shoveling snow.
Yes. I'm making him sleep in his own room. A separate, one of the guest rooms.
Quarantine room.
He's in a quarantine room because I don't want to get sick. It's a little snowy, but we decided to come pick up our countertop because then you have a project to do in the snow. So Brian's paying for the work that they did to bend the metal and weld the corners. Did you go for a ride? Did you go for a ride? Who smells like wet dog? Do you smell like wet dog? This is our neighbor dog here. This is Max. Hey Max. And that's Molly. They come to say hi every now and again. Hey Max. Hey Max. Hey Molly. Come on, let's go see. What's Brian doing? What's Brian doing? What's Brian doing? What's he doing? You need help?
Just make sure the counter's cleared off.
It is.
Move.
All right.
I'm going to set it on the top first.
Yeah.
I'm going to wipe it down. Just don't want to trap that moisture in there if I don't have to.
All right.
Snow cones.
Is this where we do a little snowball fight?
No, this is not.
No. It's like those home improvement shows where they dab a little paint on each other's nose and it's so cute.
You got that in?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to slide the bottom that way. Drop it down. There you go. Just set it on there. Watch the bottom of your fingers. That'll guillotine your fingers right off.
Yep.
I got it. I don't want you cutting yourself. There it is.
Fits perfect.
Just gotta peel this stuff off. You want me to do that for your wee little jidgets?
No, all right. Oh, I don't think I can do it. This is hard. Oh, this stuff's on here tight. I didn't think it would be on here that hard. I didn't think it would be that hard to pull off. I'm putting like all of my weight into this.
Told you should have been eating more of that cheesecake.
And then it's gonna give and it'll go flying backwards. So.
Slide those in there. This was just our cheap kitchen makeover. Instead of, until we can get new cabinets and countertops and flooring and appliances and all that, this will clean up our kitchen a little. So when we finally do remodel our kitchen, this fine piece of work here will go into the garage, become a welding table or a fish cutting table or something like that. So it's not wasted, it's just...
Yeah. Now,
honestly, if we just did the other ones the same way, we wouldn't have to remodel the kitchen.
no, we would. All right, now get to work and make some tortillas.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed our quick kitchen makeover. I'm going to get out and start moving some snow. Please like and subscribe and click all those buttons. Tell your friends, and we will see you again. Thank you so much.